Hi, I'm just doing this video interview recording for UHMP and the Blade issue. I'll be basing my answers on the questions on the survey that was sent out. I show my pride by being unabashedly, unapologetically trans and gay. Also by, being an activist by showing up for other people and showing solidarity and support for those, for the youth that need it, that didn't have like the opportunities to be out like I am now. I don't particularly feel as though it's different from any other year. I tend not to go to like the parades and the festivals and stuff, even though I live in New York, even though I'm from New York. Mostly because I have social anxiety and I'm not super comfortable going to large events like that. I think I'm expressing my pride a little bit differently this year because of the pandemic. I think that I'm showing my pride a little bit more actively publicly than within like a group, within like groups of people, within smaller groups. It's important, I think, in general, to have a chunk of time. A month, is great because it's a long time, and it's a lot, and it's a long time to be celebrating something. Like if it's something like awareness or celebration, I think it's wonderful to have like a large chunk of time devoted to that. And I think it's also very important for people who are not LGBTQ to see that this month is important for us and to have them understand why there is a month dedicated to our history and our struggle and our pride and our strength. I first came out to my family as bisexual before I realized I was transgender. So both of my parents were very, they were like, oh, sure. You like girls and boys? Great, cool, wonderful. Move on. Which at the time, I was probably 11, 12 years old. I was like, oh, sweet, that's great. Like, I'm totally chill. My family's totally chill. And to this day, they're very understanding of me being queer in particular. But once I came out as transgender, that was a whole sort of different beast. Generally, my relationship with my dad is, like, close but distant at the same time. He's not particularly outspoken about his feelings, and he tends to not really talk about things that are bothering him or things that he has strong feelings towards, particularly negative ones. So when I first came out, I came out to my mother first because I have always sort of felt like I was able to tell her something like this and know what her reaction would be and know how she would feel about the matter. When I came out to my dad, he understood. He was like, he didn't have a particularly strong reaction one way or the other, which I found quite interesting because I didn't really expect that. When you tell somebody, hey, I'm transgender, like people usually have a response. Especially adults, people that are like, 50s, 60s years old. People, they tend to, have feelings about the matter. And my dad didn't really. So it was a little, I was surprised. I was kind of thrown off. I was like, that's interesting. That's different. I didn't expect that. I don't know whether this is a thing where men are taught or socialized to repress their emotions about certain things, or he just doesn't want to like be controversial or upset me or express his true feelings on the matter because he's afraid he might hurt my feelings. And since then, I have gone on a huge roller coaster of a relationship with my mom about my body, my transition, blah, blah, blah. But I think with my dad, I've only had really one conversation with him since I started hormones, and that was 4 years ago. He's not particularly active in his opinions one way or the other. Not even just things like, it's just a phase, you'll get over it, you know, it, whatever, but, thinking that the idea that trans people, by getting surgery or by taking hormones or, doing literally anything that affirms their gender, is hurting themselves, or is killing the old person that they once were. That's not how it works. Like, I'm still the same, kind of mostly the same person I was before I came out. I just am more myself now. I'm not different. I am me. I'm authentically me now. I grew up, and I grew into myself. And that included learning about my gender and the nuances of that. Gender-affirming surgeries are not self-harm, believe it or not. They are life-saving for some people. And for most people that get them, they are at least life-improving, like forever. They change their lives for good. I know people personally where getting things like top surgery or bottom surgery saved them from, like, hurting or killing themselves. Restricting trans people from getting those surgeries is harming them more than letting them get it is. My mental health is a little I probably shouldn't say that. A little messy. I have been diagnosed over the course of my life with depression, anxiety, and ADHD and PTSD. And so those things all require very different things for self-care. But in general, the way I practice self-care personally, I love music. I listen to music literally pretty much all the time. I only don't have my headphones in right now because I'm doing an interview. Taking that moment to realize something's wrong, something's going on with me. My brain is either like overwired, overstimulated, or I'm understimulated, or I feel very stressed out. With really any of those things, music will help. Going for walks, I love that. That has helped me a lot. It's not been as easy during the pandemic because, to be honest, I've been kind of afraid of going outside this last year. Seeing new places, discovering new areas of, especially when I'm living in New York, when I'm staying in New York, places that are new and exciting, like, that dissuades my anxiety. It dissuades my depression. It makes my, like, ADHD brain focus more on this new, cool, awesome thing that's going on. Watching comfort media, the media that I love and am comforted by, can seem a little bit weird to be calming to me. I love Hell's Kitchen, that show with Gordon Ramsay where he screams at people. I think it's because it's rooted in a lot of good, positive memories for me. I associate that particular media with good feelings, good memories, and times where I've needed to disconnect and relax. So my brain sort of associates those things together, and it's like, oh, so now I'm watching this show, even though it's like a lot of loud screaming drama, reality television, it keeps me grounded, and it allows me to sort of realize that, hey, I'm okay. Thanks, Jane, for allowing me to do this and using this platform. Thank you for allowing me to be part of this team and to work with you all and to have the opportunity to make change like this using this platform. I could not possibly be more grateful.